Hello everyone, this is Vikas from Insignia Overseas, one of the leading IELTS institutes in Kurukshetra. And today in the series of writing videos for IELTS, we have come up with something which is extremely imperative, that is how to extend your body paragraph. That is called BP1 and BP2 and sometimes BP3. When we see that our students struggle in order to extend their main ideas and support it, which is called supporting ideas. So we have come up with an excellent technique. If you adopt this technique, it will be really easy for you to extend your main body paragraph or your main idea into supporting ideas. An approximate length of a body paragraph is around 90 to 100 words, depending on how many ideas and depending on how you're explaining. So here's the technique. Let's look at how to extend and convert your main idea into a body paragraph. Students are taught everywhere that they have to start their body paragraph according to the task in a certain manner. Well, of course, yes, every type of task requires you to start. If it's an argument task, you have to start it in a certain way. If it's an advantage, disadvantage, it all depends upon the type of task. But let's start with starting with an appropriate connector. Let's look at it. You can start your body para by using a starter like predominantly or admittedly. When you're providing your main idea, make sure that your main idea is presented within 2 to 3 sentences of your body paragraph. The second way you can start your body para is probably the first predominant problem or the first solution worth considering is this. There is no fixed language for it. It totally depends upon what is the task type, but you can start your body para with an appropriate starter like predominantly, admittedly. The first predominant problem is the first main solution is depending on the task. As you move further after presenting your main idea, the first question is what? What is your main idea? Mention the main idea. The second part is how, which can be started with words like as, when, if. That's where you start the extension of your main idea. The third part is why. Why is when you're giving a reason for a certain idea. You can use sentences like this is certainly because of, this phenomena is certainly because of, this is certainly because of the reason. So here you're presenting why. So let's repeat. 1, start your body para with a starter or a connector. The second one is what is your idea, is the what of your idea. The second part is how of that main idea, and the third part is why. Let's move further. Mention one of the leading factors because you're supporting your idea. It could be, say, possibly leads to, or this may lead to, this phenomena may lead to, this problem may lead to. So this is mentioning one of the leading factors. After mentioning this, let's move on to providing an example. I have done a separate video on how to write an apt and an appropriate example. You can refer to that. So here in this part of the BP, you have to give an example. Please understand that you should never end your body para with an example. Example is just a way to support your main idea, and it is a part of the supporting idea. So never end your body paragraph with an example. So our students used to get confused what to write after the example. So if you look at the structure, if you're going to click at the link below, you will exactly find how to say something after your example so that you do not end your a body paragraph with an example. However, you still have to write something relevant to the main idea. So we call it a round up sentence, which means the more, the more, the less, the less, the more, the less, the less, the more. You can fix this structure actually. After you've provided the roundup sentence, and if you really want to have a look at this structure, it is provided in the link below. You can practice and write your body paragraphs according to this structure. After the roundup sentence, the last part of the body paragraph is the outlining. Outlining means nothing. It's the outcome. It's the result of your main idea, which can start with words like hence, therefore, thus. Let's start applying this entire structure into a body paragraph, and let's create a body paragraph. I would like you to refer to the page below when you're actually paying attention to this video. So let's look at a sample body paragraph. The task prompt is: students nowadays misbehave with the school authorities and staff members. What is the cause behind this, and what solution will you suggest? I repeat the task. Students nowadays misbehave with the school authorities and staff members. What is the cause behind this, and what solution will you suggest? Let's start our body paragraph. And let's take that the main problem why students and youngsters misbehave with the school authorities and staff is over pampering by their parents. On the basis of this idea, let's create an entire BP using the structures I have just talked about. Let's start the BP. The first predominant cause worth considering is the over pampering by the parents. So please note that I have mentioned my main idea within 1 or 2 sentences starting my BP at the beginning of my body paragraph. Remember one thing, students seem to write a lot of things when they're starting the body paragraph. There are several causes behind misbehavior of youngsters with school authorities and teachers. One of the predominant problem worth considering is over pampering by the parents. Understood. I got your idea. Please understand that in writing task 2, if you force your reader to read more and more in order to prove your point, in order to present your idea, it's not only impacts your task response, but it most certainly impacts your coherence and cohesion. Understand? Be economical with words in writing task 2. So we suggest our students that they should provide the main idea of a BP within 2 or 3 sentences maximum. Do not extend it unnecessarily. Do not exaggerate it just because you want to write 250 to 270 words. That's a disaster for a writing task 2, especially in terms of coherence and cohesion and task response. So let's come back to the BP. The first predominant cause worth considering is the over pampering by the parents. Here I have presented my first idea. Now I start with 3 structures I talked about: as, if, when. So I say, as nowadays parents fulfill all the demands and wishes of their children in the name of love, which makes children stubborn and arrogant. This is my first supporting idea, starting with as, if, or when. It's your choice. You can use any of these. So I started with as. I read it again. As nowadays parents fulfill all the dreams and wishes of their children in the name of love, which makes children stubborn and arrogant. And when they are being controlled and obliged to follow the rules in the schools, They disobey the teachers and staff. This is the explanation of my as. My second structure. This is certainly because of the fact that they expect everyone should be at their disposal, which is less likely to happen in the schools. I would like you to pay attention to the entire BP by clicking at the link below. I have explained my point in supporting ideas. I want to take this idea further and convert it into a body paragraph. So I'm going to present an example here. Take parents-teachers meeting as an example. Take parents-teachers meeting for an instance, whatever you want to use. Many parents intentionally skip parents-teachers meeting even after knowing that the misconduct of their ward or misconduct of their child would be reported. This is the apt example of supporting my main idea, that is over pampering by the parents. I have not finished my BP immediately after the example, so let's extend it a little further so that examples becomes a supporting part, not the ending part. Let's use the structure of the more, the less, the more. The more the over pampering, the more arrogant the child will be. This is after the example. I am still not finishing my BP. I'm at the last part of the BP, which says outcome of or the result of the body paragraph, which can be used with different structures like thus, therefore, as a result. So I'm using thus here. Thus, unconditional care by the parents results in the misbehavior of children in educational establishments. And that's the end of my body paragraph. The first part. Start with the main idea in maximum 2 or 3 sentences. Do not exaggerate it further. Second part is start your explanation with the words like as, if, when. Go for a strong reason by using structure like this is certainly because of the fact that, this is obviously because of the fact that. Then move on to the example, give example. After example, do not end your body paragraph. Please extend it by using this structure of the more, the less, the less. If you do not know how to use it, practice it and click on the link below. So, and after that, the last part of your body paragraph is the outcome or the result, which can be elaborated by saying words like thus, therefore, hence. And that's the end of your complete 90 to 100 words body paragraph. Trust me, there are many students who struggle in order to extend their BP, and this has worked wonders for them. Try to use them in your body paragraph once or twice so that you become used to this pattern. And if you implement them, you will never ever have problem in extending your body paragraph. Thank you so much from Insignia Overseas. I hope this helps you. Have a fabulous day.